Hi, Leo. Welcome to your love and relationship reading for April 1st through April 15th. For those of you who are just now tuning in, these are generalized readings, so not everything in the reading may pertain to you. I'd like to encourage you guys to check out a reading that correlates with your moon and rising sign, and then see if the information within those readings pertain to you more. I start off with a reading for my singles, and then I move into a reading for my couples. And for my singles, I really focus on, what's your state of mind, your emotional aspects that you're dealing with right now, because I truly believe that that is the foundation for new relationships to grow on. And I believe in the law of attraction. We get back what we put out. So I really feel like that's a key aspect to the type of relationships that you're bringing into your life. And then once my singles reading is done, I move into a reading for my couples. Okay. I always work with rose quartz for love, since these are love readings, fluorite and citrine. Okay. So the first card in the spread is the Ten of Stones, and this represents home. This also represents the state of mind that you're in right now and where you are at in regards to finding a new relationship. This has to do with you being in a pretty solid state of mind. This can indicate that you're spending a lot of time with family right now. And really doing a lot of time just enjoying yourself. This time is really important because, as I said in my intro, where I talk about, the state of mind that you're in, this content place that you're in is really a foundation for the law of attraction, where you're putting out what you get back. And so the type of people that you'll be attracting are going to be like-minded individuals such as yourself, but you're in a very solid space right now. So what's crossing you is the blasted oak, and this has to do with great change. This has to do with probably the change that brought on this issue, not this issue, but the state of mind that you're in with home. I don't think that, things have necessarily always been easy for you. However, I feel like the way that you process this information, you look at it in a way, where you wouldn't be where you're at right now if it weren't for these experiences. But it was brought on by something that changed you, something that really shook the core of your being, so to speak. The next card is the Six of Vessels. This is a reunion card, and this is the foundation of this situation. This makes me wonder if, somebody from your past has recently re-entered your life, somebody who you have your eye on, you feel the spark with this individual, but I think that maybe you might be a little bit on the fence as to whether or not you want to move forward with it, because I think that you really are happy with the state of mind that you're in and the space that you're living in, and you don't really want to rock the boat. I mean, you've already gone through a lot of change as represented in the blasted oak that we have here. Now, what happened in the recent past is the King of Bows. The King of Bows, this can indicate a relationship that you were with, someone who you were with. This person was possibly a fire sign, someone who was very charismatic, someone who was very charming, but there was something about this person where he or she wasn't, what they clearly seemed to be. Like, this individual was almost too good to be true, and ultimately this person was. And this could be an issue that you're still working through. This could definitely have something to do with the blasted oak, with the sudden change where something really just knocked you off your feet. The aspirations is a Two of Vessels. This is an attraction card. This has to do with a deep emotional connection with someone. The ability to really, a deep understanding of being able to be seen and heard for exactly what you are, to be able to see things through your partner's eyes, a balance. That's soulmate connection. This is you in the environment of the future. This is the Page of Bows. The Page of Bows has to do with you in a very curious state, learning, and it's probably has something to do with this, old love who is coming back into your life. This is you in a very curious state, very playful state, trying to figure out which avenue to go into. I see you moving forward with it, but I think that there's going to be some reluctance. The next card is the Journey. So this has to do, and this is the outcome, this has to do, again, with you entering into a new space of your life, a rebirth, so to speak, two paths that you have to choose. You have your old life and you have your new life. And this is this is a fresh start. So I really think that this fresh start has a lot to do with this old love who's going to be reappearing back into your life, okay? So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and move into a spread for my couples. Okay, so the first card in the spread represents what you're bringing into this relationship, and this is the Mother of Pentacles. You're a very caring individual, somebody who is very nurturing, and you're also somebody who's very protective over this relationship. It feels really good to you to be the nurturer and the caregiver, but you're also somebody who is very sensitive, and this could be due to experiences that you have had in the past. But also sometimes I think, since you're a Leo and a fire sign, I think as fire signs, we have a tendency to be really sensitive in general. The next card is the Four of Wands, and this has to do with where you are now in regards to the other person. You're very present in this relationship. You're very committed. You want to continue to build this relationship. And you're also trying to figure out new ways to bring out life into this relationship as well. The next card is the Five of Swords, and this is what you're hoping to get from this relationship. things haven't always been easy for you. So I think that, in the back of your head, you have a tendency to sometimes doubt people's intentions and wondering if they're being sincere with their feelings or not. And I think that, again, a lot of this has to do with past experiences where you feel like somebody is keeping something from you, or just, the sense of dishonesty, the deception is with you. And this is something that you want to avoid. However, it's something that's always in the back of your head. So maybe this is something that, you need to continue to process. That way you can work through it and move forward. The next card is the Eight of Swords, and this represents what the other person is bringing into this relationship. I don't think that your partner has necessarily had it very easy either, and this is something that you two were able to connect on with the hopes of not repeating, mistakes which have been made in the past. However, I really believe that when you confront your partner, and this confrontation doesn't necessarily have to be in a negative context, that I think when things get too serious, he or she becomes overwhelmed and has a tendency to shut down and doesn't move forward, doesn't move back, just stays stuck where they are. The next card is the Ace of Wands, and this is what they're getting out of this relationship. So this indicates, that this is a fresh start for your partner. You really inspire this person, and there's lots of passions that are being touched on that necessarily weren't touched on before. The next card is the Father of Pentacles, and this is what they're hoping to achieve with you. One thing about your partner, I think he or she really likes to keep things to themselves, has a hard time expressing themselves at times. So when you see your partner, you meet your partner, I think that you were rather surprised at how deep this individual is and all the different layers that there are to this individual. He or she's very honest, and takes a lot of pride and honor, which is really funny because we have this feeling that you're dealing with where somebody is not being completely forthcoming, and I think it's because he or she has a hard time communicating, that there's a lot more underneath. And because he or she acts this way, I think it could come across that he's unattached or emotionally uninvested. But he or she is taking this relationship seriously. There's just a lot of learning that needs to be done. And I believe that there's a lot of learning that needs to be done on both of your parts, not just, on your partner's side, so that you guys can move forward. This is how you see your partner, and it's the Three of Wands. This has to do with seeing your hard work playing off. I think that there's an acknowledgement here of everything that your partner has been through, which has really brought him or her to the space that they are within their life right now. And it's something that you're very proud of. I think that there's admiration for this person as well. The next card represents how your partner sees you, and this is the Ace of Pentacles. This really represents the abundance of opportunity that you two have with each other and the different ways that this relationship could thrive. The outcome is the Nine of Swords, and this is a card of pain and a card of hurt. This could be, situations that both of you are dealing with from the past, whether it's, your partner, the way your partner shuts down or isn't completely forthcoming with the way he or she communicates, and a combination of the way, you feel like sometimes he or she isn't being very honest. When I really do think that your partner is being as honest as they can. They just have a hard time being completely forthcoming with their emotionals and being completely transparent. And I think that that's actually pretty normal, because when we become close with somebody, it could be very intimidating, very difficult to expose our inner vulnerabilities. So if these things aren't addressed, this could have a very taxing income on your guys' relationship, okay? So with that said, I'm going to pull some cards to see what you guys need to learn to make this relationship successful. Ten of Wands. This has to do with not carrying all the burdens of the relationship on your back, that relationships are supposed to be a balance. So don't take on more than you could chew. Okay, we also have the Justice card and Honesty card, and I believe that that has to do with really working through these issues that are laying dormant within this relationship, the issues that your partner and you have carried with you from your past relationships into this one. By laying them out on the table, it will build a solid foundation for things to grow, and you could take things in a different direction. We also have a Hanged Man here. So I think that at times, we can be our own worst enemy. And I think it's important to sometimes, to acknowledge that and then do inner work within to see how we can prevent these mistakes from repeating themselves in the future. Okay, so with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys.